Okay, we should be live. I'm going to make sure we're all working and then we can get started. Is it working? What are we doing? There we go. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Weeks 16 and 17. We have made it to the final stretch of the regular season. We've got 3 weeks to go and a lot to play for. Seeding, division titles, wild card spots, all up for grabs over these next three streams. And obviously, why did I say three streams? I meant two. I meant these next three games, two of which will be today. So if your team is in the playoff push, you need all the wins you can get. What is going on, Nickinator, MP, Denmark, the overhit, you fraud. Not by that much, though. I've done worse. We're making progress. Baby steps. What's good, Nick, Boomy, IT, everybody else? How we doing? I actually have to root for Nickinator. Yeah, probably. I would say probably Nickinator winning would help you slightly. Because I think, what, is their record better or is it the same? Let's take a look at where each conference is. We'll start with the AFC. So in terms of the number one seed, if the Chargers beat the Browns in Week 16, then we're not necessarily locked into first place, but it would take a lot for us to not get it. If we lose to the Browns, then it becomes Cleveland's spot to lose, and the Condoms are still very much in the race as well, and I guess theoretically one of these two, but that feels kind of unlikely. But the Chargers have fate in their own hands. Beat Cleveland, and you should be good, even if we lose the last two games. As for divisions, the Chargers are the only division winner so far. Browns lead the Ravens by a game, and keep in mind the Browns have swept Baltimore, so Cleveland can clinch this division today. The Condoms can clinch the division with a win or a Hogs loss, and then in the East, the Dildos can clinch with a win or a Jets loss because they swept them. As for wild card, right now Baltimore is one. If they win, if they win one more game, they should be good. And then these last two spots comes down to a number of teams. Right now it's the Hogs and the Jets who play each other this week. And then behind them, the Chiefs and the Raiders, they play each other week 17. Huskies, Bengals, imagine if the Titans make the playoffs. Good God. And then these teams are all pretty much out of the picture. NFC, the inferior conference. The Niners can clinch the one seed pretty much with a win against the Bears this week. The Niners, of course, have clinched their division. The Bears have as well, even though the game doesn't say so. The Eagles are very close to clinching the East. Dallas is still two back, but the Eagles are in a good spot. The NFC South is where things get really interesting, though. These two teams have the same record. The Panthers are 1-0. They play each other week 16. Winner takes first place. As for the wild card, whoever loses the NFC South is going to be in line for 5. Right now, that's the Caps. Dallas is 6, and then we've got a three-way tie for 7 with the Bulls, the Giants, and the Dreadnoughts. These two play each other in Week 17, and that they very well may decide one of the wild card spots, while everybody else down here is pretty much out of the picture. Yes, the Bulls are 7-7, and yes, the Raiders did get Lawrence Guy. Did I not put the check mark in? That's my bad. I'll do that. There you go. Easy. All yours. Boomy dealt with the devil. I don't think Boomy wants to win, though. That's the thing. What is with the Giants and Dread's point differential? Is it really bad? I bet it's really bad. Look at the Giants. Yeah, this conference isn't good, guys. We've got these two teams basically fighting for wild card spots here. Yet in the AFC, the Chiefs aren't in. I guess the Raiders' point differential isn't all that good, but they're better. They'd be one of the top 7 seeds in the NFC, I'm pretty sure. The Huskies probably would be top 7. The Bengals might be top 7. So let's get started with Week 16. We've got, I assume, the Hogs and the Jets still is the lead. Yes, it does. Good choice, gentlemen. So this game is massive for playoff implications. The winner is basically in. It would take a lot for them to miss. As for the loser, they could drop out. There's certainly a world where both of these teams make the playoffs, but that would require the loser of this game to play well down the stretch. Let's get our random number generator. Lands on 2. I think that's the Jets. Yes, it is. Patrick Mahomes versus Cocky Butt Cannon. An unlikely matchup for a playoff spot, basically, but here we are. We play San Francisco Week 17. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's why I'm nervous about our Cleveland game, because if we lose, they're going to have the tiebreaker, the same record, and their schedule the last 2 weeks of the year is easier. So I feel like I'm risking it a little bit by going with my watched playbook rather than my sim playbook, but I have to follow the rule, so what can you do? Give me all dark blue. Is that the... No, that's the home jersey. Probably the alternate pants. Yes, okay. And then Jets. (2016) Color Rush alternate helmet. Current away jersey. 2016 Color Rush. Oh, current pants. Home or away? Away pants. Okay, this goes kind of hard. I think the newer Jets helmet is cooler, although they're probably going to get new helmets this year to begin with. But that is aura. I can't lie. Controller, I'm going to need you not to move that way. There we go. All right, 3 weeks to go. Week 16. Cocky Butt Cannon's first, or I guess Cocky Butt Cannon, the second first watched experience here at OFL 24 will be against Patrick Mahomes and the Virginia Beach Riverhogs. Again, a win basically pencils the winning team into the AFC playoff picture. And the loser's going to need to win some games down the stretch. So there's a whole lot to play for. That's the wrong button, but oh well, that works. These jerseys do look really good in game, I can't lie. Nick might have been onto something. So the Jets are going to start with the ball. We'll get a look at Cocky Butt Cannon first as he leads the New York offense onto the field. This is going to be something. Cocky Butt Cannon Sr., I guess, or the first, was pretty good and watched in Madden 23 despite his obvious limitations. And we'll see if Junior here has the same luck. Obviously, he's got some good weapons, including this guy, Nick Chubb, with a wide open lane. Breaks a tackle. Good run. That was excellent blocking, but a good job to get even more yards for Nick Chubb. Maybe he's an offensive line merchant, though. Cocky Senior and Watch had did we never watch a full Cocky game? Huh. The more you know. I thought we watched at least one full game. Okay, then. So maybe this will go really badly and we just won't know. Well, that play worked. Kyle Pitts with the first down. We watched more Cocky Butt Cannon II than Jaime Calhoun. There's a reason for that, and has nothing to do with Cocky or Jaime. If you'll notice next to the Steelers on the bottom ticker, whenever they show up, their team record, where are the scores? I don't know. But you'll notice with the Steelers, their team record is not the best. That's literally the only reason. Cocky on the run. Okay, there's something. Which I guess the team record kind of does have to do with Jaime, but not him specifically. More so we're not watching the Steelers because of him. We're not watching the Steelers because the team isn't good this year. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. English is hard. What a throw. Oh, big hit. Devin Jenkins is hurt for the Jets. What do you do on 4th and 4? They're going to punt it. It's too far away to kick. I don't think that's in the cards. I would certainly consider going for it, especially. Oh, they're faking it! Oh, boy. And he throws it into the ground, incomplete. Nick's team fakes the punt and fails. Where have I seen that before? It's Hakeem Butler with the pass. Hakeem Butler big plays aren't for everyone, apparently. That might just be a me thing. Anyway, here's Patrick Mahomes, who has taken a step up from last year. He hasn't necessarily been Patrick Mahomes here, but he also hasn't been bad by any stretch either. Kind of on the fringe for an MVP case. If he can win out, finish 11-6, grab a top 6 seed, then that would certainly help his chances. Josh Sweat is hurt. Ow, my hamstring. Ow. He's going in the locker room. Wow, Josh Sweat hurt on the first defensive play of the game. Why am I not surprised? If you know, you know. There's a good throw by Mahomes up the middle. That's a first down. Nicketeers feed families. To be fair, that was a brutal fourth down call. Even if it's funny, it's also like really stupid. You have Nick Chubb on your team. Hand him the ball. Chubb only averaged 9.5 yards a carry on this drive. When I'm defending Nick Chubb in this game, you know it's bad. There's Bam Bam Sam Laporta, with a gain of 5. This time, Bam Bam Sam cannot hold on the ball. It's Howden who deflects it. I don't know who that is. Good play, though. Do you want me to compare the Niners and Chargers points for and points against? Not really, because I can go into the standing screen and look myself. But if yours is higher, congrats, I guess. I don't know. Trey Hendrickson and friends with the sack. So the Jets are able to get the stop, and that'll force a hog punt. It's more concerned with an AFC team that has nothing to do with him. Honestly, I respect the hating. We need more haters out there. I respect it. Josh Sweat injuries in a big game. Never seen that with the Nighthawks or the Eagles in Madden 22. No, definitely never seen that before. I thought it would be fun. It would be fun if mine was higher. But since you're bringing it up, I'm assuming it's not. Looks like they're actually using the running back here. And so far, it's not working. 2 carries, 2 yards on this drive for Nick Chubb. I think that's Isaiah Simmons who brings him down. Yes, it is. Now they're going to have to throw the ball here on 3rd and 8. Cocky's got a plethora of receivers to throw the ball to. He might not throw it here. Oh, he will, but he throws it away. Good pressure by Armando Alexander V, the rookie, in the backfield, leading the way for the Hogs. I'll be praying on your downfall. The rivalry is not over until I say it's over. Why did I say the Chargers? When did the Jets play the Bears? Did they play next year? Asking for a friend. I need a whole 45 minutes of these two teams going at each other while the two of them bicker. I need it. I need it like I need air to breathe. Bobby Strickland runs for that. Bobby Strickland wouldn't have got... Oh, no, Perry's hurt. No! Perry the platypus! No! Why? Anyway, as I was trying to say before, I was rudely interrupted by that horrible injury. Bobby Strickland would never have even evaded the pressure. He would have been stuck in the pocket. He has to run like his feet are like stone that's attached to the ground. Cocky needs to grow some balls. To be fair, Cocky was under pressure. What do you want him to do? Force it into like triple coverage? He should have thrown it to Nick Chubb because he was open. Dr. Doofenshmirtz finally won. Fumble! That ball looks like it's out. And the Hogs hold on. Trey Hendrickson again. We obviously didn't get a great look there, but I feel like that was out. So that could have been a big... I mean, it still is a big play for the Jets. But could have been bigger. Mahomes is going to be sacked again. Trey Hendrickson has 2.5 sacks in the first quarter. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow, our point differential is higher. I'll be damned. Interesting. Are we watching two games today? Yes, we are. Our game is going to be the second one because Lord knows I never want to simcast the Chargers ever again. Please, never. That's why I need to beat Cleveland. I cannot deal with not being the one seed and risking a simcast wildcard game. Why are we leaving Hendrickson unblocked? That's a great question that I don't have the answer to. Denmark, you're not helping your case, buddy. He's being honest. I respect the honesty. It's just a stat. Numbers lie. Although in this case, I would like to say they don't. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. There's Buddy Johnson with the sack. Knicks legend, Buddy Johnson. If you know, you know. Now it's 3rd and long. Cocky, under pressure, throws it away again. Both pass rushes have been unbelievable so far. Hopefully that's not a theme next week with Mr. Paranoid under pressure at quarterback. Cocky is so... How is this on Cocky? It's not his fault he has no time to throw it. And same with Mahomes. It's not his fault that his offensive line is choosing not to cooperate. I don't think Saquon's gotten the ball yet, until now. As Uchenna Nwosu, Charger legend, is hurt. Both teams are getting hammered by the injury bug so far. This better not be a theme next week. Again. We could have watched my glorious King Bijan Robinson and his 3 yards per carry last week. Oh, here's Saquon. Okay. To the 41. Final score, 6-2. Jets win. Are we sure the Jets are getting 6 points? And the sad part is you could argue their offense has been the better of the two so far. Although Saquon's starting to cook on this drive, although they might be docked for a holding here. So much for that. Yeah. Bam Bam Sam called for the flag. That'll make it a 1st and 19. They've ran it well so far. They haven't really been able to look downfield because they've had no time to throw the ball. An actual offensive play. I'll be damned. It's happening. What are the Jets and Hogs records? They're both 8-6. The Hogs are in 6th place. The Jets are in 7th. So basically the winner of this game probably makes the playoffs, barring some collapse. The loser still could, but put it this way, both teams are going to be in a lot better position if they win today. And not to mention, the winner of this game is going to have the head-to-head tiebreaker over the loser, which might end up being important. Mahomes goes short. It gets him 5 to Jordan Addison. Not to mention these guys have A.J. Brown, of course, as well. I don't think A.J.'s got him targeted yet. 3rd and 14. There's a nice play. I think that's Laporta. To the 17. Yes, it is. Sam Laporta brings the River Hogs into the end zone, or the red zone. English is hard, okay? They're only 17 yards off. Same thing. Corey, are you ready to get torched by 96 speed Isaiah Thomas? Speaking of 96 speed, look at Mahomes. What a run. But I think, isn't Hollywood faster? Or does Hollywood have like 95, 96? I don't know. Hollywood's numbers are better across the board. So there's that. Good run, though. All I'm saying is Bears-Niners head-to-head tiebreaker. It could. That game is a big one. It's just that there are also, like, 3 other really good ones. I hate how, like, the great slate of games is week 16 and then week 17, and then there's, like, not much in week 18. I wish it was staggered a little bit more. Because we've got this game, we've got, obviously, Bears-Chargers. Imagine if the Panthers and Caps was in week 18, or Chargers and Browns. That would have been sick. Let Mahomes turn into Michael Vick. Woof, woof. There's Nick Chubb. He gets 5. Olave can't hang on. Going 70 and a 35. Dropped the soap. Now it's 3rd and 5. With the Hogs scoring, the Jets kind of know that their offense is going to have to get going sooner than later, and that's one way to do something. We got to watch 49ers-Falcons Week 18. See? A team who's in contention for the number 1 seed is playing Atlanta, who currently has the number 1 pick in the draft. I wonder what Troy would do with one if he keeps it, or if he ends up with number 1. Because they used their first-round fantasy draft pick on Brock Purdy. He hasn't been the problem, but he also hasn't been the solution. I feel like that could be really interesting. Pass hits Olave in the hands. Cocky's fault. I mean, it was not a great throw. He could have caught it. It was in his hands, but it wasn't some great throw. I'm a cocky defender, but that was not some great pass. And that was definitely not a great pass. DPI, I'm sure. 3rd and 4, good catch. That's a first down. There's Olave. It also hit him in the... I get that. It's not all Cocky's fault, but it wasn't some great throw. If the throw was better, he would have ended up catching it. Nick Chubb, less than 4 yards per carry. The observer is observing. Will Anderson brings him down. Last season, we were all about Warren. Well, yeah, not every season's going to have a Warren Flowers. You're going to have seasons like 2022 where the only quarterback in the first 2 rounds is Kenny Pickett. Not to say that this season is, because I think there are a few first-round quarterbacks, right? Isn't there? Let me check the scouting list again. I don't remember off the top of my head. Cocky has to throw out of another sack from Armando Alexander. Yeah, we have 3 first-round quarterbacks. Ty Manning, J.J. Crawford, and Mason Bulliett. Is that how you say his name? Doesn't look overly deep, though. Unless, who knows, maybe some of these other guys end up being good. We'll see. Cocky is 99 deep accuracy. Can we take some shots down the field? Oh, what a punt! There's a shot down the field, down at the 9. The rotation on the ball was off. That's crazy hating. Again, I respect it. That was abysmal coverage. Look at Laporta go all the way to the 48-yard line. I think that was an RPO, too. Sam Laporta's been big in this first half for the River Hogs. They have gotten all the momentum here in the second quarter. Could we actually see a Nickinator playoff berth just to lose in the wild card round to the Condoms? There's Laporta again on the out route. He gets to the 41. Bam Bam Sam's cooking. Our boy, 4 for 83. King Sam. I did not get this crazy secondary just to get cooked by RPOs. Maybe that's because there's like 3 or 4 secondaries that are better. I'm just saying, if Trayvon Diggs was there, he's taking that to the house. Tre'Davious White is too. 3rd and 3 now off of the deflection by Greg Newsome. As it's broken up, A.J. Brown can't hang on. I think that's Greg Newsome again. No, that's not. That's Derek Stingley. The trade acquisition from the Dreadnoughts. Oh, they're going for it. Wow, I respect the ballsiness. They're not faking it like the Jets. They might actually get it. And they don't. A.J. Brown drops it. That was a bullet right at him. How does he drop that pass? It's like he sent it down like he was the corner. Can we look at this play again? No. That was a good throw. That was not like the Cocky and Olave play. That's all on A.J. Brown. He's got to catch that. That's right in his mitts. What is Cocky's sense of pressure? He very clearly has throwaway. He's been good with that. But he also looks completely oblivious in the pocket at times. That play, he ran right into Armando Alexander. It just seems like when the pocket collapses, he just runs backwards and kind of hopes he gets lucky, and he has not so far. I remember in OFL 22 when there was 200-point games, but since then, I feel like we've had to have had an 80-plus point game at some point. But yeah, OFL 22 was the year of offense. OGs remember the Chiefs and the Wizards divisional game. That was nuts. That was like 115 points. As Kyle Pitts can't hang on. It looked like it was in at least one of his hands, but again, should have caught that ball. 200 point. Did I say 200? You know what I meant. Oh, what a punt! Down at the 1! Oh my goodness, this Jets punter is saving the game for them. Denmark said it was going to be 6-2. This game might end up 7-2. That's not even the 1 yard line. That's like the 1 foot yard line. Doesn't matter for Saquon Barkley, though. He gets them out of safety range immediately. Ravens Shamrocks was amazing. That game was also wild. That wasn't quite 100 points, but it wasn't that far off. I feel like every AFC playoff game in OFL 22 was just cracked out of its mind with offense. Which, again, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but some of those games were nuts. Nice catch. Sam Laporta's got like over 100 yards at this point, still in the first half. 56-49. So that's what? That's 105 points. Okay, that's more than I thought. Dan and Lamar Jackson dueling it. Just to lose to DJ Uiagalelei in the ball. The OFL Jets look like the real Jets in real life, and their quarterback has the pocket presence of the real Jets quarterback. Laporta can catch that, but Kyle Pitts can catch the ball that was in his... Well, yeah, it's Sam Laporta. What else do you expect? Obviously, our Lord and Savior, King Bam Bam Sam, is going to hold on to the ball. I can't do this to dish Kyle Pitts because I'm also on the Kyle Pitts agenda train, but Laporta better. Hate to say it. Actually, I don't hate to say it. I actually love to say it. Jets get the stop as the Hogs only run the ball on third down. So they'll get it with around 50 seconds and 2 timeouts, looking to possibly score before the end of the half. And it won't be with great field position at the 17. I am very curious to see how this drive goes. Cocky butt cannon having to be aggressive down the field. This could go either really well or really bad. Please don't tell me they're starting by running the ball. You have 50 seconds. Good. Okay, there's a good throw. And he's out of bounds, too. Way to fight for extra yardage. Komet is better than Bove. I don't know about that, partner. How do we tell him? Cocky is getting sacked 2 times at least. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Oh, God, that was bad. What was the third best team every cycle? I don't know about every cycle. Last year you can make an argument for about 4 teams. I would lean the Bengals. Maybe it's biased. But I would personally say us. There's another sack. When I'm in a knowing what to do in the pocket competition and my opponent is cocky butt cannon to second. I think that was Armando again. He's been unreal. Who would have been the third best in OFL 22? Who would have been the best is the real question. I guess Seattle would be 1. Who would be 2? Nobody else won multiple championships because that was with the Giants. Naruto Mickey Mouse ring doesn't count. The Rams obviously won the last one. Who won the 4th? I don't remember. I guess we can't really determine third if we don't know who second is. OFL 21, the Bucks were probably first. Would have been second. I have no idea. I guess the Cougars were always good. They can be third. You know who else is third? A.J. Brown is the third best receiver on this team today. And then OFL 20, I guess, probably would be the Cardinals. Or one of the other teams that would have made the bowl, like the Eagles or something. I'll give it to the Eagles because they made a bowl. And if we want to go back really far, like 19, probably the Saints. My beloved New Orleans Saints. Good kick by Justin Tucker, and it's 10-0. Good drive by Virginia Beach. Patrick Mahomes has had a good game. Give him credit. Against a strong defense. What's the way too early OFL? We can't rank. It's been like not even 2 seasons. The Dildos are 1 because they have more championships than the rest of us combined, and everybody else is 2, okay? As that wraps up the first half, the cocky butt cannon experience so far has not been overly great. The Hogs lead at 10-0. Mahomes is heating up. The Jets, meanwhile, 19 passing plays, 19 passing yards. That's not good. I'm trying to defend you, Cocky, but I'm losing some patience. This is getting a little bit ugly. It's only one half. I'm willing to give them another half. But I'm not impressed, really, in the slightest. Is that an OFL stream I see? Why, yes, it is. Welcome on in, Mr. SG. Woo! Nice move by Saquon as he snatches Derek Stingley's ankles. Saquon Barkley has 7 yards a carry almost. Nick Chubb has less than 4. Interesting. Very interesting. No further words will be said. Here's Mahomes on the run. He had the rushing touchdown earlier. Another big run for Patrick to the 39. He can move. I mean, I guess we already knew that, but, I don't remember him being this fast. What do I think of the UFL? That's a good question. I haven't really watched, so I don't have a good answer for you. March Madness is kind of the thing, as is baseball. So, there you go. Can't wait to see the Ravens beat the Chargers in the AFC Championship off of a 62-yard field goal. That would be depressing. Almost as depressing as a Simcast wildcard loss. I would honestly rather the Ravens beat us than us losing in the Simcast to, I don't know, the Chiefs or something. If we lose and watched, at least it's we gave it all we got. We probably deserved to lose. We didn't get screwed by the game. Whereas Simcast is just, stupid. Buddy thinks he's Michael Vick. Buddy is Michael Vick, and he's also Michael Vick in the sense that he's throwing picks. It's intercepted by, is that Marcus Williams? I forgot he was on this team. I've got to be completely honest. Marcus Williams makes the play. Ravens Chargers, where are we? You are locked up on Tre'Davious White Island, my friend. I hope you enjoy your stay. Here's Olave down the field, and all of a sudden, the Jets are getting a little momentum. Never trust me in a watch game. I don't think we can trust anyone in a watch game other than Trayvon Diggs himself. If there was one team I was to trust in a watch game, I don't think I could pick. I do not consent to Tre'Davious White. Oh, we didn't ask. Unless you would rather Deron Bland Island. That works too, although it's kind of bland. Pun intended. There's a nice play to the 15. The Jets are in the red zone. Christian Watson. We got to watch Paris versus L.A., the Tank Bowl, even though one of them doesn't have their pick. And it's not little job. Good for him. Armando Alexander is 3 sacks today. That one wasn't as much on Cocky, but still, he should have thrown it away. He had the ball for about 8 seconds. Never mind, it is on Cocky. I take it back. A minor. I did not consent. Octi, I didn't ask. I feel like you guys are reaching. You didn't consent to Tre'Davious White Island, not anything else. Incomplete. Armando Alexander can't dev up. He can't dev up because he's already at the max. But with no clear Defensive Rookie of the Year frontrunner, this could catapult him to the lead. There's a nice play. 23 for Kyle Pitts. They're definitely in field goal range now. They could be in 4-down territory. I think they're going to kick. But I would at least think about it. Again, you need points. You can make it a one-score game. But I don't know. I would think about it. You have Nick Chubb. Not that he's been all that impressive. Of course, Nick glazed him and gave him superstar. Cocky? No, he is X Factor. Okay, nice return. I thought he was going to break that off for more. This generational class has not started well. It really hasn't. But you can seriously argue that Hector Turkey Estrada is the second best player from it so far. I guess so. Obviously, Alpo's won. This might be a little far-fetched, but hear me out. Okay? What about Bobby Strickland as 2? I'm not saying that it's true, but just the thought. I'm not saying he'll be 2 in a year from now, but right now, Bobby Strickland at 2. Hear me out. I think there's an argument. I feel like Warren Flowers has to still be kind of high up there just based on like talent alone. It's like the Trevor Lawrence rookie year where he wasn't all that good, but it's like it's still going to come. Although I guess Trevor Lawrence has not fully lived up to expectations. Norris has improved throughout the year. Give him a shot. You're right. Norris is probably like at worst 4th. I would agree that he has actually played better. I thought you were going to say that Hurts is the best rookie quarterback. Hurts isn't even better than Alpo. So he can't be the best if he's not better than Alpo. Flowers is being mediocre on a bad team. Well, to be fair, that bad team also on paper shouldn't be bad. But on the flip side, they had Sam Howell last year and won 1 game. And now Sam Howell's carving up the league. So I guess there's multiple ways you can look at it. But long story short, I'm not worried about him. He'll be fine. I will have some agenda pushing to do with him, but he'll be fine. What about Eagles fan Jr.? I wouldn't put him up there yet just because he hasn't played enough, but he hasn't been bad. He's been fine. He's had some good games with the Giants. If they make the playoffs and get a watch game, I would be intrigued. Here's Saquon. He's having himself a really strong game, 6 a pop. Sasquatch Knuts is 2. Well, here's the problem. Sasquatch isn't a quarterback, so he can't be 2. He might be 2 for Offensive Rookie of the Year, but this is just QBs. The Offensive Rookie of the Year has like 5 really good receivers, though, and obviously Alpo. It's kind of like the Herbert and Jefferson question of do you pick positional value or do you pick who you think is definitively the best player? With Jaleel Jefferson, who, does he still lead the league in catches? I don't know. But he's up there. Raphael Coleman's up there in yards. Sasquatch Knuts is over 1,000. Hollywood Hargrove is close, etc., etc. You want to agenda push for Flowers? Watch this. The Howell thing, yeah. Oh, fumble! But they keep it. I think the thing with Howell, though, is that he also only played like 7 or 8 games. Yes, Warren Flowers' winning percentage in Seattle is infinitely better than Sam Howell's, who right now might be the hottest QB in the league. So that is a very fair argument, and it's not wrong. But he also only played half the year before they went tank mode. Vote me for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who's going to tell him? Who's going to tell him? The Joster has arrived. Is that your new name? The Joster? The Seahawks rolled out the worst roster in OFL history, and they didn't start Sam Howell during that stretch. He was committed to the tank. As Saquon Barkley is in for a touchdown, and the Hogs lead at 17-3. Top 5 drafted quarterbacks in OFL history. That's a good question. Smirnov and Dan are at the top in some order. You can argue which one's which. Statistically, I think Dan has the edge. I'll put Dan for now 1. But it's close. Smirnov had the better arm, very slightly. Who would be after those two? I'm trying to think. OFL 22 Hector's got to be up there. We can put him at 3 for now. What about last year? Who would have been the best drafted QB last year? Like, Travis Flight was too inconsistent. It's not him. It's not. Daniel Godley's not in the top 5 before anyone says something. Because I already know what's going to happen. Phil Chippendale's got to be in the top 5, and Eddie Small as well. Okay, that's the 5. In order, we'll go with Dan for now. Smirnov, 1 and 2 are interchangeable. I would say Phil is a ring. Phil's actually the only guy on this list with a ring. Phil is 3, Hector is 4, Eddie Small is 5. That's my order. Justin Pope is one of the highest from last year, but I don't think he's better than any of the guys I said. If we went longer, he certainly could have. But he only had, what, like 2 strong seasons? Drake May. I don't know about that one, partner. Sim. Not yet. We have to endure ourselves to more of this. Those Ravens deep bombs to DJ Moore were aura. Did DJ Moore break the receiving record that last season? I know he was like the best receiver in the league, but I forget his numbers. I know they were insanely good. They were run by Cocky. I thought he was going to fumble it. Dan was drafted in year 3, to be fair. Yeah, but Dan's also on like another level compared to some of these other guys. I might switch him and Smirnoff because Smirnoff was there the whole cycle. Dan was there for 3 years. So I'll switch Smirnoff and Dan, but I can't put Dan lower than 2. Amon-Ra, OFL 23, is best receiver ever. I'm trying to think of the better answer because I know there is one. Probably Quentin Johnston. There's one. Definitively better. Devontae Adams probably wasn't better, but I remember the one watch game he had on our team where he was basically God. Calvin Mentor made some all-time big plays. Even if St. Brown's numbers were better, in terms of legacy, you could argue Calvin. There might be some Mike Evans, of course. How could we forget him? Dan had 58 touchdowns. DJ had 24. My God. I knew Dan's number was absurd. But yeah, that sounds about right. That was not a good throw. Chris Olave does not clear Amon-Ra St. Brown last year. I'm sorry. Olave was really good last year. Danny Gray. Wrong year, but anything to push the Danny Gray agenda. Known driving enthusiast. I'll give Cocky a pass. He had no time to throw it there. Amon-Ra, oh yeah, he did break the career receiving yards record. You know what? I'll put him number 1. I forgot he broke the record. I guess that is also long-term sim, though, so how much does that really matter? Kayshon Boutte does not clear. Kayshon Boutte in OFL 22 was nasty. Him, McCole Hardman, and Jamison Williams on the Chicago Tigers, that was like legitimately one of the most fun OFL offenses I've ever seen. Another elite AFC OFL 22 offense, by the way. There's like 7 of them. Please, Sim. It's not over, technically. Danny Gray is overrated. He only had 7 for 135 and 2 in an OFL Bowl, but no biggie. OFL 23 DJ Moore was really good, but I don't think I can go that far. OFL 22 DJ Moore at the end of the cycle on Baltimore was different. Broncos versus Tigers was so elite. Who did the Broncos have? I know they had Corral for a year, I think. Did they? Because Corral was everywhere. Amari Cooper's definitely got to be in the top 5 for 23. I would agree with that. He was filthy last year. Speaking of filthy, what a juke by Saquon Barkley, who continues to ball out. They had Russ, that's right, and then Russ went to Cleveland, obviously. I forgot they started with Russell Wilson. Who was that one dude on the Rams late in OFL 23? The slot guy. I know who you're talking about. What was his name? I think it was Brian. Brian something. I forget his last name. Good play by the defense. I wasn't even looking, but fumble. Brian Neal. That's who it is. Thank you. Yes, Brian Neal. He was nasty. Ernest Jones, turnover merchant. But yeah, Brian Neal was insane. He wasn't even supposed to be good because he was like a 70-something overall, normal development. He was literally a Rams playbook slot merchant. When it's said and done in 24, the way he's been watched so far, Brandon Ayuk is going to be in the top 3 receiver combo. I wouldn't put it past him. He's had some ridiculous games. On the flip side, Mike Evans, I feel like, has been really disappointing. But Brandon Ayuk has been awesome. On one hand, it's like, he should be on my team because my trade offer was better. I'll die on that hill. On one hand, it's like, based on how my team has been constructed, I'm kind of happy I didn't give all that up for him. But on the other hand, I don't think we have a receiver like that on our offense. Although we're getting watched Mike Williams today, I'm going to remember to put him in the depth chart this time. So, buckle up. Top 5 drafted running backs. No one. End of list. Actually, no. OFL 23, Sean Tucker, number 1, and that's it. Because this game hates drafted running backs. Fumble! Cocky, what are you doing, buddy? That ball was out, too. That is definitely a fumble. I know it's a 2-score game, but do we just want to sim? Yeah, that's a fumble. I don't think we need to see anymore. Kelvin Pickney belongs up there. You're right. I forgot he existed, but yes. OFL 22, Isaiah Thomas is top 5. He was top 5 maybe in his own division. Do we want to sim, yes or no? Sim, don't sim, sim. It's mainly going to be them running the ball. 3rd and 5. They get 10 for Bam Bam Sam. Third and 8. They almost get it. They can kick. It's 20-3. Watch them score a touchdown now. Oh, no, they don't. 20-3 is your final. A cocky butt cannon disaster class. He was not good today. There's no beating around the bush. Very unimpressive game for Mr. Butt Cannon. As the Hogs get the win, they stay alive in the division race, and more importantly, put themselves in a great spot wild card wise. They're going to stay in 6th place. They've got the head-to-head over the Jets now. Mahomes' numbers were not all that spectacular, though, but I feel like he did have a pretty good game. Cocky, on the other hand, not so much. Hate to say it. I want to see him do well, but he was not very good. And shout out to Hakeem Butler, because he got to throw the ball. Saquon Barkley played very well. Nick Chubb was pretty good as well. I'm surprised Chubb's averages were higher. They should have given him the ball more, absolutely. Sam Laporta balled out. Olave played well down the stretch. Danny Blaze Jr. had a good game. I didn't even notice him, but good for him. 4 sacks allowed by Braxton Jones. Trey Hendrickson was unbelievable in the first quarter. 4 TFLs, 2.5 sacks. Armando Alexander, though, was unbelievable the entire game. Who's going to win the Defensive Player of the Week? Alexander has 3 TFLs, 3 sacks on a fumble recovery. Hendrickson has 4 TFLs, 2.5 sacks on a fumble force. So you could go either way. I don't think you can entirely blame Braxton Jones for those sacks. I feel like much of that was on Cocky. All right, let's simulate. Sim gods, I beg. They have 3 new injuries. As if this can't get worse. Josh Sweat, Tevin Jenkins, and Uchenna Nwosu. Jenkins will be back for the playoffs if they make it. The other 2, would they be back for the bowl? Let me think. They would be back for the OFL Bowl if the Jets get there. So in other words, their seasons are over. Because that would require Cocky Butt Cannon to win likely 3 watch games in a row. The Dildos, by the way, have officially clinched the AFC East without even needing to play this week. So the Dildos are officially back in the playoffs, which is frightening. All right, let's sim. Please, EA. I need your help here. I beg. All right, Danny asked me to go through his first, so we will start with his. Oh, we have to wait till the end for our game, too. Fantastic. The Dildos lose to the Broncos. Broncos country. Let's ride. Denver's got a pulse in the AFC playoff picture. Anthony Richardson, hello. Sam Howell, meanwhile, certainly down to earth. Josh Jacobs, 13 yards a carry. The observer certainly observes that. Don't look at the Lions record. It's a little funny. I take it that the Lions won this week because I know what that would mean. The Lions are next anyway after the Jets, so that's convenient. Oh! 55-3! Okay. Yikes. And this Dreadnoughts team might make the playoffs. Tommy DeVito. Where has this guy come from? This is not a 1 week thing. He's been on an absolute tear, whereas Billy Malchow, the hype train, it didn't crash. It's exploded. Everybody on the train, dead. They're gone. Perished. No souls left. Burnt alive, essentially. Benny Snell was pretty good. Chris Godwin played very well, as did Sasquatch Nuts, doubling his touchdown total. That was the one issue for his stats. Sauce Gardner, 2 picks. 11.5 passer rating is actually diabolical. I'm surprised it was that high. Ooh, big game right here. Panthers and Caps. Winner takes first place of the division. And it's the Panthers, who not only are in first place, but they now have the head-to-head sweep over Columbus. Why did I call them Columbus? Over Rio. I'm not used to them not being from Columbus. So the Panthers are in full position to win this division again. The Caps should still get a wild card spot because the NFC is so bad that the 7th seed lost by 52 points. So the Caps should still get a playoff spot, but obviously this is a good spot for Carolina. Really strong game from Isaiah Thomas. He scores twice. Rio outsacked them 4-1, oddly enough, but Carolina gets the win in a close game. Raiders, they're right in the mix in the AFC playoff picture. With a win, they had the same record as the Jets, and they don't win. They get hammered by the Steelers, 28-10. There's the Jaime Calhoun the Steelers have been waiting for. Jordan Love, meanwhile, didn't turn the ball over. He wasn't that bad. CeeDee Lamb, who leads the league in receiving, had a solid game. Rams, Tank Bowl is won by the Rams, 35-7, although the real winner is the Black Knights because this helps their draft positioning. Norris Doris Jr. with a phenomenal game, 92 completion percentage. Matt Corral, on the other hand, was not so good. I guess I'm the Matt Corral whisperer. 4 TFLs for Eric Rowe. Ravens. The flock falls to the Eagles. Their win streak is over. Now, Baltimore is still in 5th, so their seeding is unchanged. But if Cleveland beats the Chargers, this would clinch the division for the Browns officially. Alpo pull. Whoa. My goodness, that's an impressive stat line. Bryce Young played really well, too. So with a Dallas loss, the Eagles would clinch the division officially. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, by the way. DeAndre Hopkins, oh my lord, he scored 5 times. Charger legend, bolt up. Whoa, okay. He had all 5 of Alpo's touchdown passes. Pretty good trade acquisition, I've got to say. The Riverhogs obviously won. Seahawks beat the Huskies. Did the Seahawks actually have a chance at the playoffs? They might. At 6-8 in a weak NFC, there's a chance that they'll be only a game back going into Week 17. Their season is not dead. Warren Flowers had a good game. Justin Herbert was pretty blah. Certainly hurts the Huskies' playoff chances. Greg Dortch played well, though, as he always does. Max Crosby, 3 sacks. 200. Who had the 2 picks? I didn't see. I'm curious. So whoever's playing the Giants, Seattle is on the bandwagon this week. Dre Greenlaw had the 2 picks. Okay. Steelers won. Titans beat the Blues. Could the Titans make a run at the playoffs? They're 7-8. Tyler Waters has gotten better, I feel like, throughout the year. He's making progress. Jared Goff was fine. McCaffrey played well. Mike Hunt allows a sack. Voyagers get hammered by the Condoms. So despite the big win for the Hogs, the Condoms officially clinched the AFC South. They have punched their ticket to the playoffs. They are now 12-3. Yes, 12-3. So if the Browns beat the Chargers, we would have a 3-way tie for first place, with the Browns having the tiebreaker over both us and the Condoms, I believe. Marshawn Lattimore, 2 picks. Dildos lost, as we know. The Bears beat the Niners. Wow, 23-11. What an odd score. That has to be a scoregami. This makes things really interesting because the Niners pretty much could have locked up the 1 seed with a win, but now the Bears are only a game behind them, and they have the tiebreaker. And Trevor Lawrence not only played terribly, but he got hurt. Uh-oh. Mac Jones had to come in. I forgot Mac Jones was on this team after beating them in the OFL Bowl. How funny. The Bears will officially clinch the division in the game, although they did already. Is that a 7? Yes, it is. Von Miller, 7 tackles for loss. Holy moly. Bengals lose to the Bulls. So San Antonio will hold on to 7th place in the NFC. While the Bengals' playoff chances are hurt a little bit. Really, Bobby, I defended you for this. Are you kidding me? I've given up 30 points in every game since trading Joey Porter for DJ Reed. Interesting. Sean Tucker, you know what that means, buddy. It's time to eat. Bobby Okereke with 2 picks. Black Knights lost. Blues lost. Broncos won. Brown, oh God, moment of truth. Please, I beg. I beg. No, the Browns win 31-21. So Cleveland is now in first place. Lamar Jackson plays very well. Jalen Hurts was pretty mediocre. I knew I should have picked my sim playbook. I hate it here. Bulls won. We saw that. Caps lost. Cardinals lose to the Chiefs. Big win for Kansas City. They're now 8-7. Kyler Murray with a big performance. Geno Smith played well too. Jamar Chase, 3 touchdowns. Chargers lost. Womp womp. Chiefs won. Commies lose to the Cowboys, so the Eagles can't clinch the division quite yet. Dak Prescott played very well. Dallas holds on to the 6th seed. Michael Gallup with a big game for Washington. We're missing at least one game because we haven't seen the Falcons yet. Did we? No, we didn't. They lose to the Giants. So Atlanta holds on to the number 1 pick. The Giants improved to 8-7. They are still the 8th seed. I guess the Seattle playoff idea is kind of far-fetched with the Giants and the Bulls winning. Oscar Oglesby plays very well, though. Raphael Coleman, 2 scores. 2 sacks for Kayvon Thibodeau. And that should be everyone. Yes, it is. As for the players of the week, Alpo Pohl, Anthony Richardson, Bobby Okereke, and Marshawn Lattimore. So we've got some changes now, record-wise, seeding-wise, and division-wise. In the AFC North, the Browns, even though it's not going to say it, have clinched the division over Baltimore, being that the Browns swept them. So the Browns win the North. The Ravens can still clinch the playoffs, probably with a win this week. Condoms clinched the South. The Dildos clinched the East because they swept the Jets. So all the AFC divisions are locked up now. And I guess we're ahead of the Dildos for whatever, not the Dildos, the Condoms for whatever reason. That's good. The Bears have officially clinched the NFC North, and now they've got a real shot at the 1 seed. The Panthers are in good position here in the South. All they have to do is win or the Caps lose and they clinch. The Eagles clinch with a win or Dallas loss. And the Niners have already clinched the NFC West. So we are going to have some movement finally. The Browns are going to move up to 1. They'll swap with us. Are the Jets still in 7th? Yes, they are. So the Jets hold on to their spot. Oh, God, an Octi versus Nick playoff game. Interesting. Very interesting. I want the 1 seed, but now I kind of hope this happens. For a couple of reasons. The main one being that Cocky sucks. As for the NFC, the Eagles are still 2 ahead of the Bears for what it's worth. Carolina's 4th. They're in a good spot there. Dallas jumps the Caps, so Dallas is now in 5th. Columbus 6th. And then the Bulls are tied with the Giants for 7th, but right now the Bulls have the spot. I have a plus 69 point difference. Hold on, I want to see this. Where are they? Nice. At 6-9 with a 69 point differential. Can the Lions tie the rest of the year, please? Because their record would still be 6-9, and they would still have a 69 point differential. All right, on to week 17. Massive game for both sides, the Chargers and the Panthers. The Chargers could have clinched the 1 seed officially with a win today, but we hate making things easy, I guess. And we're facing off against a Panthers team who can lock up the division with a win. It lands on 1. That's the Panthers. The Panthers had the makings of a good watch team. They've played well and watched in the past. They blew out the Dildos last year. So I'd be lying if I wasn't a little bit concerned. But we have Sean Tucker, so it's fine. All blue. Where's all blue? Color Rush. Is that all blue? I think it is. Not that one. There we go. Okay, so we can't really wear white, light blue, that is. I'm sure there's a yellow jersey here. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. We can do like the royal blue or the navy blue because that's not too similar. Where is it? Hold on. I want to compare. I guess that could work. It's a day game, though. I kind of want to actually hold on. I want to go with this because it's a day game, so we can go with the bright colors and it won't look too similar. Why don't we wear white? Let's just wear white because I feel like that blue is kind of similar. We'll just go with the white ones. Why is the controller spazzing out? Controller, stop. This controller is on drugs. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're ready. Thank goodness. Don't do cocaine, kids. Oh, Echo. Echo. It's not on Echo. Liar. All right, 2 weeks to go. Now into week 17 for the first time pretty much all year. The Chargers are not in first place in the AFC, dropping to 2 after the loss against the Browns. And after last year, I'm kind of scarred of the wild card game. So a win here would be pretty nice. It's not going to be easy, though. Against the Panthers team coming off a big win against the Caps. They can clinch their second consecutive division title with a win today. We haven't seen a full Panthers watch game this year, so I'm very curious to see how they do. I'm certainly curious to see how the Chargers do. I forgot to put Mike Williams in again, and I'm using Carolina. It's fine. We're saving Mike Williams' body for the playoffs. I wish I realized a minute ago, but Rashee Rice can do. That's going to be a face mask. Flying start. Kids, this is what you should not do on special teams. Stupid penalties. On Owen Popo, who is expecting a contract extension and probably will still get one, but still. Rashee Rice jokes. You know what? That's a good point. We can make Rashee Rice jokes. If we lose because I didn't switch Mike Williams in, it's worth it because we can make Rashee Rice jokes. Breece Hall loses about 6. Harold Landry brings him down. Landry played really well the first time we watched the Chargers back in, I think, week 8, was it, in the win over the Chiefs? The pass rush as a whole, especially early in that game, played really well. 2nd and 15, wide open, is Isaiah Thomas to the 47. Let's say we lose to the Jets, but beat the Falcons. Then your 1-seed chances depend on how the Eagles and the Bears do. Because the Eagles, I guess, had the tiebreaker over the Bears, and the Bears had the tiebreaker over you. And I don't know if you played the Eagles. I don't think you would have, because you guys were second in the division last year. So it would be a whole lot easier if you go 2-0. Put it that way. You can possibly get it if you go 1-1, but you're going to need some other stuff to happen. Basically the same spot that the Browns are now in, since, again, we don't want to make things easy. Josh Allen is pummeled by Joey Bosa. He took a hit. Holy cow. Joey Bosa's having himself a very good season with a big contract extension he got last year. So now it's 3rd and 7. Wide open is Devontae Adams. I feel like you should maybe cover him. Just an idea. So far, the Panthers are marching right down the field. They've got it at the 29. So far, so good for Carolina. Oh, and Popo is hurt. That's not good. We have other linebackers, so we can manage, but that's not ideal. How did Jesse get on the Devontae play? That's not on Jesse. That's beyond the corner. That's probably Deron Bland's fault. Or Gibbs. Good hit. Even better catch, though. Devontae Adams again has him at the 18. Josh Allen's throwing the ball well. That wasn't a bad defensive play, to be fair. That was more so good offense. But still, the coverage has been subpar. again. Case in point, they get it to the 1 with Kate Otten. And now it's 1st and goal. We'll see if they can punch it in. And not on that play. Brees Hall is stuffed. Who's 43? Is that Aziz Al-Shair? MJ Holmes. Oh, okay. The new free safety with Kirby Joseph gone. The rookie out of, I think, North Carolina, but I could be wrong. 2nd and goal. This time he's in, and the Panthers are on the board first. That was not a good start. Getting torched by Kate Otten is a low. I don't know if I would say it's getting torched or more so leaving him wide open. I feel like getting torched is when you cover him pretty well and they still make the play. Did I check if T-Law was hurt? I didn't, and I probably should have, but we can do it before we simulate. Or better yet, we can quit out of the game, check, and then restart. That's a good idea. Obviously, we're not going to do that, but I wish. Here is the Charger offense. Number 1, I'm expecting a big game out of you. I think the one question with this Chargers team, if we can go on a big playoff run, is the performance of this gentleman. Jalen Hurts has not been bad at all this year. He's been quite good. Maybe not MVP good like the game suggests, but he's been really good. How will he perform here and watch, though, I think is the question. I trust the defense. I very much trust the run game. Led by this guy, Sean Tucker. I'm also excited to debut the Colts playbook and watched, because I didn't get to use it the first time we saw these guys. So I'm intrigued to see how this goes. T-Law could sit out this week. Too much risk. He could get hurt again. Mac won a championship. They can do worse than Mac playing. Good job, Dallas. Way to stay in bounds. 3rd and inches. I wish we could tush push. But give the ball to 44 and let him cook. He's not going backwards. If we can get Sean Tucker in the zone, then our offense will be pretty much unstoppable. So let's do that. Here goes Sean down the field to the 45. Big run for Sean Tucker. What does it take for him to get in the zone? 2 big runs, I would think. I can't imagine it's 1. That feels too easy. Another good run for Sean. He gets 4. Just keep feeding 44. I don't care if Jalen Hurts throws, if he goes over, or I guess he's already completed a pass. So I don't care if he goes 1 for 6 and looks awful. If we give Sean Tucker the ball 50 times and win, then that's cool. Read option, that's not cool. If I beat the Ravens, you would jump up to 5, yes, because the Ravens are a game ahead of you. So you'd have the same record and you would have the tiebreaker. So yeah, you would move above them. 3rd and 8. Wide open room. Take that run. Good play. As Jalen Hurts gets to the 23. So far, so good for both offenses. The Panthers had a great start by throwing the ball. The Chargers have had a great start by running the ball. Both teams leaning into their strengths. Zach almost blew a 20-3 lead for me. That was funny. To be fair, though, Zach Wilson was pretty good when we watched him. It was more so the simcast. So, like, if you're in the wild card round and your playoff game gets simcasted, I don't know what to tell you other than I'm sorry. But if you don't have any simcast games, then you could be in a good spot with Zach Wilson. I wouldn't trust him to beat, like, the Bears or the Eagles, but it's possible. Another good run for Sean. Keep running the ball. No need to throw it. Good. Okay, Rashee Rice is hurt. I guess we're getting Mike Williams after all, guys. Rashee Rice is injured. Is he going to the locker room? No, so he's not quite going to crash out at this game. But we'll now get Mike Williams, who has 0 catches this year, and it's not his fault. 3rd and 4. Hurts. Oh, my God. Catch the ball. That's on Hollywood. That was a good throw. Hollywood just was not looking at the ball. Why are they showing Pickens? That looked like it was at Hollywood. Maybe what happened, actually what I think, is that Hurts was trying to throw it to Pickens. But Hollywood, oh my God, why are we faking it? I hate this game. What are we doing? He wasn't even like, there wasn't anybody running a route. Did we expect Mariota to break off a touchdown run? Goodness. Who is the special teams coordinator? Who thought that would be a good idea? Tackle, please? Okay, good. I thought he was going to break out of that and take it to the distance. That could have been a lot worse. A fake punt or kick that happened to a different coach. I've got to tell you, it's not a good feeling. I don't envy you. That sucked. Another good run by Breeze. Jeez. The defense, it's one quarter, but this is not pretty. I'm willing to give them a chance. It's only been a drive and a half. But, yikes. Okay, there's something. Harold Landry, at least he's been good. And that'll wrap up the first quarter. Not a good start. On the bright side, though, the offense was good. We just ended the drive off stupidly. How is Breece Hall better than Sean Tucker? We need to find God. Touch grass, grab a book, find something to do. Breece Hall had 4 carries for 4 yards on the opening drive. Let's not forget. His average might still be lower than Sean Tucker for the day. Although that one run was impressive. That's happened to me on like 6 separate occasions. I don't envy you. Tackle? Good. Okay. I think they're going to punt it. I hope they punt it. I just want the ball. Don't go. Good. All right, the defense gets a stop. Sean had like 80 yards last week, first of all. Second of all, whoa, they're faking it. Okay, ball don't lie, I guess. So the Chargers fake and then the Panthers fake. And shockingly, they both don't get it. I will say, in defense, this call wasn't as bad because they have Taysom Hill. Still a bad call. Nasir Favors is the one who brings him down, acquired in the Debo trade. But hey, ball don't lie. Now we're even. Who messed with the sliders? That's a good question. If I could turn fakes off, I would. Better than Breece Hall, they said. A gain of 0 turns into a gain of 8. EA thinks I'm coaching both teams, clearly. Hurts floats it up. Good catch. Is that Mo Alley Cox? I think. Better than Austin Hooper? If you know, you know. Did he just break 100? Yeah, well, it's Sean Tucker. So, I mean, you could have Thanos there and he's breaking the tackle. Look at Sean go. Another first down for 44, 7 for 60. A light 8.5 yards a carry. Normal day in the office for him. Not in the zone yet. He's got to be close, though. He got hit from behind. He got hit from behind, but he already had like 5 yards at that point. I assume you're talking about the first play on the drive where he got like 8. He did get a little boost at the end, but he still would have gotten at least like 5 or 6. I've had a fake kick in 1/3 of my watch. Read option. Hurts has ran it well today. Why stop now? Inside the 5 to the 3. No, not Mo! It doesn't matter really in the grand scheme of things, but poor Mo. We are getting cooked by a running team. To be fair, Sean Tucker is, like, you can make the argument that he's the best player, like, regardless of position in the league. So you can't fault yourself too much for getting cooked by him. It happens. Another read option, and Jalen Hurts takes it in. We can't stop the pass. The Panthers can't stop the run, and we're tied at 7. Good drive. Jalen Hurts has not made any mistakes so far. I mean, he's only thrown it like 4 times. We're not trying to throw the ball, which honestly is fine by me. I thought that injury was Jalen Hurts. If that was Jalen Hurts, that would not be good. I will say, I would honestly rather a Jalen Hurts injury right before the playoffs than like at the start of the year, because I trust him a lot more in sim than I do in watched. Not that I think Marcus Mariota is going to win as anything, but like, I like our chances more with a Mariota playoff run than like a Mariota full season. Because I don't even know if I feel like there's a good shot we would still make the playoffs because the rest of the roster is good enough. But that would probably not be pretty. There's a good run. There's a really good run. Can we tackle, please? The tackling has been subpar from the defense. Already better than the Jets game. This is better than the Jets game. Both offenses look pretty good, minus fakes. At least, like, with the Panthers fake, it didn't rob them of points. It just robbed them of yards. But also, 40 yards is a big deal. So I'm not going to act like, if not for the fakes, we would definitively be winning, because I feel like that'd be unfair. Breece Hall is balling. Why is the tackling so bad? I trust the sim. Chargers Broncos flashback. Well, good for you for trusting it. I don't, and I don't think I ever will. Okay, there's a good tackle. Devin Bush brings him down. Now it's a big 3rd and 2. If the defense can get a stop, we can really give ourselves some positive momentum here. I feel like they're going to throw the ball. I honestly hope they run it. I like our chances better to stop a run than a short pass. Why did I say that? The run defense hasn't been good at all. I shouldn't have seen that coming. As Taysom Hill is hurt. What is my worst loss ever? It has to be 28-0, right? Because if you count the team's performance and then how big the game is, it has to be that. Can we please not get pancaked? This run defense is cheeks. Holy cow. I get Carolina's got a strong run game. But yikes. Every play, he's got like 4 yards where he's untouched, and then he gets another 4 yards once he is touched, at least. What about the Malik Willis pick 6 game? I would say no, just because that was in the divisional round. Even though the team was equally as bad. Fumble, that ball's out, and it's picked up by the defense. Asante Samuel Jr. picks it up. Wow, that's gigantic. That ball looked like it was clean out. But let's take, yep, that's out. Devin Bush, 48. With the hit, and Asante scoops it up. We're starting with bad field position, but I would rather that than allowing points. Just run the ball. I thought that was Elijah Mitchell for whatever reason. No, that's still Sean. Why did Josh try to truck? To be fair, Josh Allen is like 6'5", 240. If anyone's getting away with it, it is him. He still should have slid, but I would rather him doing that than any other quarterback other than, like, prime Cam Newton. Once the game learns quarterback slides rather than tries to, what are we doing? Why are we scrambling? I would still rather this outcome than the Panthers being able to score a touchdown, because I do somewhat trust the defense to get a stop, but that was disgusting. Oh, okay, that works. What a stupid play. They should have the ball at like the 40. Instead, they have it at the 17. Ball don't lie. I feel like we won that edition of Ball Don't Lie. Even if we don't get the ball back, we should, unless we allow a touchdown here, we're going to be only down by 1 score, and we start with the ball in the second half. What is Carolina cooking? I'm curious. Oh, God! They're counting that as a run? Okay, whatever. That's weird. That should be a sack for Joey Bosa. But I guess it's not. Oh, they're chewing clock. Oh. I mean, I guess at the 10, I guess I'd probably do the same. That means we have to tackle, guys. Good. And use your timeouts. Good. Good. I'm content even if we're down by 2 at halftime since we start with the ball. Obviously, I'd love the lead. Please tackle. All right, good. Good work. Okay. So from the fumble to now, I feel like all that worked out in our favor, even though Carolina got the safety. This worked out well for us. Even though they're up by 2 now, instead of having the ball at like the 10, we had the ball at the 46. So maybe the safety was a good thing too. Who knows? Now I feel like with this field position, there's no excuse not to have the lead. Unless we have some stupid turnover, which I guess would be a pretty bad excuse. Hurts is going to throw it up. Wide open is Goddard. He can take it all the way, and he will. Dallas Goedert with a 46-yard score on the first play of the drive. Apparently this is me coping, but again, I feel like this worked out pretty well for us. I want to give Jalen Hurts the credit, but I feel like that was more so on the awful defense. Who was covering him? We were at the other 46. Apparently, I'm blind. 54-yard touchdown for Jalen Hurts. He's played a good game. He hasn't thrown the ball a whole lot, but he's played a good game so far. I'm impressed. The only issue with this team so far has been the run defense, which, to be fair, Carolina does have a pretty strong rushing game. Now, this drive, they're going to be forced to throw the ball. Josh Allen has thrown it well, so I'm really curious to see how this goes. This could be bad. I wouldn't be surprised if it is going to end up bad. And already, Isaiah Thomas with a big play after the catch. He gets 24. Just hold on to the lead at halftime. I'm fine if they get 3. Just keep the lead. That's fine. That's going to make him use a timeout. That's fine. OFL 23 Bills with Sally at running back, or the OFL 23 Cowboys with Michael Thomas at quarterback? I'm picking the Bills. I get that Joe Burrow wasn't that good last year, but I feel like he can survive with Sally at running back, whereas Michael Thomas would be a 12 overall. Tackle him in bounds, I beg. Good. Okay, they're going to have enough time for another play. They should spike it and kick. It would benefit everybody if you spike and kick, or just don't kick at all. Perfect. All right, that works too. They had enough time to snap the ball there, though. They got everybody at the line of scrimmage with like 2.5 seconds left. They could have snapped it. I get it would have been rushed, but like they could have done it. I feel like EA kind of screwed him over there, which, fine by me. But I'm not going to act like our defense got a well-deserved stop there. He pulled off a Chase Claypool. Okay, that first half started off rough, but the second quarter went quite well. 14-9. The boys have the lead and start with the ball. Jalen Hurts is playing well. Sean Tucker's playing well. Life at the moment is good. There's still a lot of football left to be played, though, so I'm not going to count my eggs. That's why I'm not going to count my eggs. Aaron Donald with the sack. Josh Allen is 12 for 12 with 150, and they're losing. I don't know if I should be concerned. Why is Jalen in the zone now? Was he in the? I don't remember him being in the zone before that. Huh. Okay. Another read option. I don't like all these read options. I get that it's working. Jalen has been really effective on the ground, but like at some point he's going to fumble the ball or get hurt. 3rd and 11. Gonna run with it again, and he gets nothing. Derp. 15 rushing plays, 5 pass plays. I honestly don't mind that at all. I don't like how that drive went because Jalen Hurts ended with the ball on all 3 plays, which shouldn't be the case. You can't convince me EA's favorite coach isn't... Not anymore, no. I'm not going to say EA dislikes me because they've done so much for me in the past, but since OFL 22, I'm not going to act like EA's done me favors. I think we've gotten the benefit of the doubt over Carolina in this game specifically, but like in general, I don't think I'm on EA's love train. I'm not on the hate train because again, they've done me well often in the past. But in the last 2.5 cycles, I feel like I've gotten screwed more than I've gotten help. Chuck it deep to me, and it's intercepted by Omar Gibbs. Shouldn't have done that, Josh. You pick Colts. There will be options. That's a good point. When I did my testing, which I guess was like 2 months ago, so I don't remember it that well, I don't remember there being a ton of options. I will say I like the rest of the playbook, and it's not like Jalen Hurts is ineffective running options. It's just that I don't want him to fumble it or hurt himself. But other than that, I do like how the playbook has ran other than too many options. I would say I'm more pleased about the offense so far than the defense. Even though we've only allowed 7 defensive points, the defense hasn't been all that good. Who is covering him? Josh Allen is 14 for 14. IT has been better. Well, we haven't thrown the ball at all, to be fair. IT has been better than Hollywood this game by default. IT has had some nice catches, as does Devontae to the 6. We can hold him to 3. That'd be a pretty big deal. Just saying. I beg, defense. I beg. Every week since week 6, the Niners and the Chargers have had the same record. I guess that's pretty good company to be in. Allen on the run. They've got the touchdown. Is that IT? Yes, it is. Isaiah Thomas with the score. They're probably going to go for 2. Try to make it a clean 3-point lead. Oh, boy. What are they doing? I don't like this. I hope they run the ball. Actually, no, I don't. I hope they throw it. I know he's completed every pass, but they don't have a lot of room. Okay, well, they get it anyway. Devontae Adams makes it 17-14. Is this game just going to be like switching off between quarters? Like the first quarter was all about the Panthers. Second quarter was us. Third quarter is Carolina. Does that mean our quarter is the fourth quarter? The game certainly thinks so. Chargers are cooked. Thank you for doing us a solid. So with that, the Chargers are now 13-3 as they defeat the Carolina Panthers. Jalen Hurts is in the zone. I like that. Sean Tucker hopefully will be soon too. Overtime is the Panthers. Well, the games kind of just jinxed them. So I don't think that's going to happen. Otherwise, I would probably agree with you. Oh, God. Get rid of the ball. What are you doing? Miles Jack with the sack. Thankfully, sacks don't affect his zone ability. At least I don't think so. Oh, it does. Okay. That's weird. Huh. Oh, well. It's not like he threw the ball anyway. 3rd and 17. Sacked again. This time by King. Well, that was not pretty. That was a fun first half. Can we go back to that, please? I missed that. Sacks affect all zone. Okay. Well, that would explain a lot. Geez, this quarter's been rough. Can Josh Allen throw an incompletion? That would be helpful. All I need is one. And I need that one to go into one of our defenders' hands. That would be especially appreciated. Okay, that's good. Brees has 18 carries. Why can't Sean have 18 carries? Sean has like 10. 2nd and 7. Brees Hall. Oh, God. Tackle. Okay, well, we did tackle. Shy had the first down marker, but I have to imagine they're going to get it because our defense hasn't exactly been good in short yardage spots today. 3rd and inches. They are in 4-down territory, I would think. Well, it's not going to matter. They get it anyway. Cade Otton, again, he is 17 for 17. This is ugly. I think this is Dallas play. Why can't I have success with Dallas's playbook? Who is covering him? Is that Omar Gibbs? He just got cooked. Yuck. The secondary has been god-awful today. Okay, well, the game's not over. We've got some work to do. The defense has chosen not to show up today. So, Jalen, I'm going to need you to wake up. Or, hey, this works too! On the kickoff! He's gone! And the Chargers might be back in it. Cedric Compton, the undrafted rookie, takes it to the house. Okay, well, that works too. I still need more out of the defense. But I'll take all the eggs we can get. How often does that happen in OFL? I think this is, how many times does it happen in Watch? 2 or 3? Octi always gets bailed. I said this 10 minutes ago. EA doesn't like me anymore. They've helped me a lot more than the Panthers today. I will agree with that. But in general, I think that narrative is gone. How does he have 8 targets and 7 receptions when John... Plus, Chargers defense might go 0-17. The weird thing is, though, this defense is built to perform in Watch, and they have performed in every Watch game. So I don't really think we should panic. It's one game, but it's one pretty bad game. Oh, my God, an incompletion. It's happened. Mama, we made it. We did it, guys. We forced an incompletion. It took 3 quarters, but we did it. That wasn't even a bad throw, too. That was good defense, which makes it even better. Okay, good play. Harold Landry again. 3rd and 12. I don't love our chances here. I feel like this is the type of play where Carolina's really succeeded today in the intermediate game. Oh, it's a screen. Okay, thank goodness. Tackle, tackle. Good. Okay, perfect. I guess our run is starting a little bit before the start of the 4th quarter, which is fine. Time for a Josh Allen piss missile. A piss missile right into the ground. Okay, again, Jalen, I'm going to need you to be awake. You got lucky from your special teams, but now it's up to you, buddy. Good field position. No excuse not to score. Even if it's just 3, points are points. That's not good. At least he has a nice amount of rushing yards. All right, that'll wrap up the 3rd. Not a particularly good quarter from the fellas, but we are starting to gain a little bit of momentum. Things are trending upwards. So let's hope the positive trajectory sticks. In other words, Jalen, don't run backwards. Final 2 minutes of the 4th will not be the Panthers, I'm afraid. Nothing for Sean. Okay, the run game's not off to a good start on this drive. Now we're going to have to throw it. Just please don't get sacked. Please get rid of the ball. I don't think he's thrown a pass in the second half because of the sacks. And he gets sacked again. Throw the ball! For the love of God! I don't think he's gotten rid of the ball since the Dallas Goedert play. He hasn't missed throws today because he's not making any. Okay, well, there's still plenty of time, but that was not good. Why can't our defense do that? Jalen Hurts with the cocky butt cannon experience. Yeah. At least Jalen didn't have bad throws scattered throughout, but still. How do we feel about adding breakout and disappointment awards? I'm down. Josh Allen, read option, good tackle. Only gets a yard. I think that was Deron Bland and Omar Gibbs. Now it's a big 3rd and 2. And the defense get another stop. I think they're going to run it here. Looks like they're trying for something up the middle. Yeah, you got it. Breece Hall again with another first down. If we win a breakout award, do we get a dev? I would say no, because people can be biased with like votes and stuff. And also, it's like, let's use like Jaime Calhoun as an example. Let's say Jaime Calhoun has disappointed this year, thank God, a sack. And let's say he plays really well next year. Let's say he wins the award. He goes up in dev because he was disappointing as a rookie. I feel like that wouldn't be fully fair. So I don't think there should be an actual advantage. I think it should just be for like bragging rights. 3rd down and like, oh, okay, I was going to say 3rd and 12, but I guess 3rd and 9 because we don't want to tackle. This might be the biggest play of the game. Defense, I beg. Need something here. That's not some, get him behind the line? Okay, they're going to give it to him. He got it. A field goal was fine, though, because that still makes it a 1-score game. But I'm not sure if that's going to happen. They might run the ball a lot, which wouldn't be the worst idea. I mean, their run game's been super efficient. The passing game's been super efficient. They can't really go wrong. Which isn't good if you're the opposing defense. Get him, Rashawn. Rashawn didn't get him. That was bad coverage. We're lucky that worked. Good play by Bland on the ball. But if that pass has a little more juice on it, it's probably a touchdown. Why are we calling Flowers a disappointment? Nobody knew how good he would be. That's fair, but he's also like a 90 overall. Bring him down. Good tackle. Zach Allen with a giant sack, and they're going to have to punt the ball. Nobody really scouted him. Yeah, but like rating-wise, we kind of expected this, and it is the case that he's really good. No, what a punt, please? Okay, good. All we need is a field goal. I can live with 3. Jalen Hurts, who I still don't think has thrown the ball in the second half, is going to have to actually get rid of it. Play action. He threw the ball. Oh, my goodness. And it's caught. What a catch. George Pickens to the 50. He's 5 of 6 for 109. That's literally his first pass of the second half. And when he's thrown the ball today, he's been really good. He just isn't throwing the ball for more reasons than one, good and bad. Other than the sacks, he's played really well. It's just the sacks have kind of been a problem. There's another play. Gets 5 for Hollywood, the rookie. Can I take over the Hall of Fame from Hector? I guess so. Rocket for the end zone? No. Why are we throwing jump balls for Sean Tucker? Sean Tucker probably can catch it because he's him. But, like, on the other hand, it's like we have Mike Williams on the field. We have Dallas Goedert. He can do it. George Pickens can do it. 3rd and 5. Hurts on the run. Whoa! Incomplete. That was a good play. 4th and 5. I would go for it. You're at the 45. I would keep the offense. Why are we punting? Why? That's so stupid. You're on the other side of the field. It's not 4th and 15. At least we get almost a water punt. It would make a little sense if, like, the run defense has been good, but it hasn't. So, yikes. This is, like, a weird game because I feel like everything statistically on offense has been good, but we've scored 0 points in the second half. And then, obviously, the tackling. I mean, dear Lord. That's been disgusting. They might snap it, even though the game clock is ahead of the play clock. They shouldn't snap it. Okay, they're smart, unfortunately. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. The Panthers appear to be in the driver's seat, but no guarantee. Breece Hall gets the first. Chargers are going to have to start burning the timeouts. It's almost like you shouldn't have punted it on 4th and 5. Just a thought. Okay, first down ends it. Oh, dear. Who would have thought punting it was a bad call? I would have rather faked it than punted it. And that's going to be the game. Unless he's out of bounds. Tackle him out of bounds. Okay, good. We have a very slim chance, but we still have a chance. We can hope. Fumble time. Nope, that's not a fumble. Big hit, though. Second and 2. Yeah, he got it. Flag! Flag! Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Holding on the offense. Okay. Man, this team will not die. It's like on one hand, it's like, am I suffering now? But on the other hand, we might have a chance for a Hail Mary. I guess this isn't necessarily the Hail Mary quarterback. I hope they throw the ball. Please throw it. I beg. Throw the ball. They have obviously a better chance of getting it with a pass, but if they throw it and it's incomplete, then we might actually have time for a drive. Throw it. Throw it. Throw it. It's a pass. He's only thrown one incomplete. Oh, Josh Allen's hurt. That stops the clock. Oh, my goodness. So, first of all, Josh Allen is injured. He's only on the sideline, so it's not a serious injury. If the Chargers theoretically get a field goal, though, he could be in trouble. The bigger part for this game, though, is that the clock is stopped. And the Chargers have life. No timeouts, but all we need is a field goal. This really isn't helping the EA doesn't like me agenda anymore because we have gotten like 3 separate handouts on this drive alone. 46 seconds left. No sacks. I would rather him throw a pick than get sacked. Actually, no, I wouldn't. That's a lie. That was also stupid. Tick, tick, tick. Clock is moving. 30 seconds. Keep it moving, fellas. Why are we going short? That should have been intercepted. We will not die, will we? Now it's 3rd and 6. Nothing short. That works. Out of bounds. Good. Okay. At the 47. I just want a 15-yard play out of bounds and a field goal. Evan McPherson is the only perfect kicker in the entire league. So either take a shot for the end zone, you've got some time, or out of bounds. Okay, that's fine too. That works. Don't force the issue if it's not there. And now we're down to 14 seconds. Aaron Donald, is that Aaron Donald? If that is, then the game's over. If he's in the zone, then GG's. Okay. I don't know how that worked. 8 seconds. They might just go for the Hail Mary. I hope they don't. You have enough time for an out of bounds. I mean, at least this gets us probably 2 shots at the end zone. He's got to get it there, though. He definitely did not get it there. All right, there's 2 seconds. No field goal, so this is it. Jalen Hurts is not getting it there. If he has to back up more than like 10 yards, I don't think he's going to get it there. 4th and 10, 2 seconds left. I don't think I've seen a lot of Hail Marys, but I don't think I've ever had one for the win. That's not getting there. And it's incomplete, and the Panthers hang on. How did they win that game after getting shot in the foot, whether it was self-inflicted or not, about 7 different times? They really had to keep us on the edge of our seat the entire time just to still lose. Josh Allen was very good. Pass defense was disgusting. As for Jalen Hurts, I don't care about the 50% completion percentage because half of his passes were on the last drive of the game where he had to play hero ball. The only issue from Jalen Hurts was the sacks. Other than that, I thought he was pretty good, but the sacks were a problem. The run defense was also a problem. He did not have 3 broken tackles. That's not true. No way. We also, abandoned the run in the second half. I don't know why that was the case. Defensively, I don't know what to say about the defense. That was gross. The pass rush was solid, but the coverage was not good. The run defense was not good. Josh is fine because he didn't go to the locker room. He'll be okay. I don't think he would have played overtime if it came to that. Guess who was better than Sean Tucker after the first quarter? Probably Breece Hall because his team actually used him. Which, to be fair, he did annihilate our defense. All right, it's sim time. Raiders beat the Chiefs. Ooh. 16-14. Okay. So this means that both teams are now 8-8. This is good news for a team like, say, the Jets, for example. So both teams are now tied going into the final week of the year. The Rams lose to the Voyagers 28-7. The Norris Doris thing was fun while it lasted. Deshaun Watson played well, of course. Ravens beat the Riverhawks. So Baltimore is locked into the 5 seed officially. They can't move up. They can't move down. They are stuck in 5th. So we're pretty much guaranteed to have a Ravens-Dildos matchup in the first round. That could be a lot of fun. Riverhogs. We saw that. They obviously lost. Seahawks beat the Lions 24-17. Seattle's very slim chances are still around for a little while longer. Warren Flowers played well. Tommy DeVito, not so much after his big game last week. Steelers. Oh, wow. They handle the Commanders. Steelers obviously not in the playoff picture, but it's encouraging for them to be playing well here down the stretch. Angelo Alvarado had a good game with 3 touchdowns. Remember how I asked you about my game being... Well, you guys are almost up anyway. There's only one more before you. So. Ooh, the Titans beat the Bears. First of all, Tennessee very much alive in the playoff race. As for the Bears, they fall to 11-5. Their 1 seed chances are certainly hurt by this. Christian McCaffrey played very well. Voyagers, we saw them. They won. Dildos beat the Condoms 21-7. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. We need the Condoms losses. We also need Browns losses, although the 1 seed hope is pretty much dead. But this means the Chargers are still in second. I think I'd rather the Jets than the Hogs. Bears lost. Bengals lose 6-9. Nice. Jared Goff was good. Why did I call this guy the second best quarterback in the draft? I defended him just for him to play like doo-doo for 2 games. I take everything I said back. No. Oso Digizua had 2 sacks, though. Black Knights lose to the Cowboys, so their hopes for draft picks continue. They're still at worst at pick 2. While Dallas probably clinches a playoff spot, I think they're locked in now. This will keep them at the 5 spot, and I imagine they have clinched a wild card. So Dallas looks like they're going to the playoffs. Blues beat the Bengals. We saw that. Broncos lose to the Browns 23-21 with a game-winning safety in overtime. So this means the Browns clinched the 1 seed with a week to go. How about that? So Cleveland is now locked into the 1st spot. Good for them. I'm kidding. Bulls lose to the Eagles. The Eagles have clinched the NFC East. And depending on how the Niners do, they can move up to 1. David Montgomery played a lot better than he did last week. Caps lose to the Falcons. Oh, this makes the NFC playoff picture a little weirder, and this also means the Black Knights now at the number 1 pick in the draft. Lamar Duckett, 3 touchdowns in the win for Atlanta. Cardinals lose to the Huskies. Toronto's slim playoff chances survive for a little bit longer. And yes, the Panthers clinched the division. I forgot to mention that, but yes, Carolina technically already did clinch by beating us. They didn't even need the Caps to lose. Chargers lost. We don't need to see that again. Chiefs lost. The Commies lost. The Condoms lost. Dallas won. The Dreadnoughts lose to the Giants. So New York, I think, is now in 7th place, right? Because the Bulls lost. What a fall from grace from the Dreads. They won like 5 in a row just to like lose 5 in a row. Right? Let me see. Win. That's 5 wins in a row. They've only lost 3 in a row. But still, not pretty. Eagles won. Falcons won. I'm curious to see how this game goes. The Niners manhandled the Jets 42-14. So the Bears are... Oh, God. Yikes. That's not good. Okay. Oh. Ouch. Not going to say anything more about that. Joe Mixon played well. But as I was trying to say, the Bears are no longer in contention for the 1 seed, with the Niners being 2 ahead of them. The Giants won. The Huskies won. The Jets won. The Jets lost. Lions lost, and that's everyone. The agenda has never been better. What if there's no good players at the top of the draft, though? What happens then? Players of the week, we've got Lamar Duckett, Deshaun Watson, Fred Warner, and Devin Lloyd. Standings. This will be interesting. So in the AFC, the Browns are the #1 seed. The AFC playoff picture runs through Cleveland. The Ravens are locked into the 5 spot. The AFC South, the Condoms are third. Hogs are fighting for a playoff spot. They are winning in. Dildos are, actually, I guess they're not fully locked into the 4. They could pass the Condoms, and they could theoretically, I guess, pass us. Conference record 9-2. That's going to be hard to beat. 8-3. 8-3. Okay. So they could pass the Condoms. It would be harder for them to pass us, though. The final playoff spot in the AFC is very close. Right now, it belongs to the Raiders, but it is a 5-way tie with the Raiders, the Jets, the Chiefs, the Huskies, and the Titans. There's a polar bear. There's actually like 4 polar bears, if we're being honest. NFC North. The Bears have won the division. They're fighting for probably 2. Panthers have won the South. They're also fighting for 2. Eagles won the East. They could be anywhere between 1 and, I guess, 4. Dallas is officially in the playoffs. And then the Niners, with a win, clinched the 1 seed. As for wild card, it's currently Caps and Giants. The Bulls are the only other team who could sneak in. Seattle's out, and the Dreads are out. And here's our playoff picture. The Raiders have moved into 7. The rest of the AFC is the same. And then the NFC now is the Giants in 7th, and that's, again, the only change. Can you check the tiebreakers for pick 1? Hold on. Let me show you something cool here. Oh, Atlanta has 3 wins. I thought they had 2. Okay, so this would mean Atlanta still has 1. I thought they had the same amount of wins as London. I guess not. Who did the Falcons play in Week 18? Chargers, Raiders, playoffs. I thought it couldn't get better than the 1 seed, but I was wrong. Beating a rival in the wild card round. I guess that's what I said last year, but still. Atlanta, where is Atlanta? They play the Niners. Yikes. And Paris plays Virginia Beach. Isn't Paris lucky? They get to play a team who has to win. So let's look at the schedule. This game, Caps are winning in. This game is meaningless. Hogs are winning in. Bulls need a win and some help. Eagles are playing for seeding. Dallas is trying to hold on to 5. Chargers are trying to hold on to 2. Chiefs need a win and some help. Giants are winning in. Jets, both of these teams are in a win and need help scenario. This might be a watch game. This might be a good game. Condoms are fighting for 2. Titans are win and need some help. This game is meaningless. Panthers are playing for seeding. They can move up as high as 2. The Raiders are win and probably in. Niners are win and get the 1 seed. Falcons are lose and get the #1 pick. Bears are playing for seeding. This game is meaningless. Dildos can move as high as 2. This game is meaningless. Why didn't I just give Dak the money instead? That's a good question that I don't have the answer to. All right, let's take a look at some stats. In terms of passer rating, the leader is still Sam Howell, despite a down day. Oh, what's the deal with Trevor? He's fine? Yeah, he's fine. Brock Purdy amongst starters is... Oh, that's yards per game. Hold on. Okay, no, he's lower. Never mind. Wow, Eagles fan Jr. is that high. I didn't realize he's played so much. He's played well. Huh, good for him. And then last is Malik Cunningham amongst more regular starters. Actually, I mean, none of these guys are right. Amongst regular starters, I guess it's Jaime Calhoun. Yards leader is Alpo. Touchdowns leader is Joe Burrow. Interceptions leader, Jaime Calhoun. A lot of rookies. And then this guy. Rushing leader is still Sean Tucker. Mixon's catching up a little bit, but I think it's too little too late. Touchdown leader is Sean Tucker, of course. No fumbles as well. Receiving. Receptions is now a three-way tie with Michael Pittman, Zay Flowers, and Jaleel Jefferson. Yards. CeeDee Lamb is still in first. Touchdowns. Quinn Johnston. Joseph Nopu and Braxton Jones have allowed 17 sacks. Braxton can thank his quarterback for that. TFL's Nick Bosa leads in the AFC with 19, 21.5 sacks for Garrett, 7 picks for Isaiah Simmons. Hey, it's a Sunday. Then in the NFC, Von Miller and Zadarius Smith lead in TFLs. Aiden Hutchinson leads in sacks now. Interceptions is Fred Warner. 3 fumbles forced by Foye Oloakan. Do we still have one perfect kicker? Where is my king? Yes. Oh, no, he missed an extra point. No more perfect kickers. Womp womp. Most punts is Bengals and Giants. Least punts is Titans and Hogs. Alrighty, everyone put your teams in the chat. We can start with the Chargers first while everybody does that. Ooh, is Hollywood going to get to 1,000? I thought he would, but he might not. Why are we not looking? We will. We will. Don't worry. Okay, we will start off with the Jets. Here's Mr. Butt Cannon. River Hogs. After the Hogs, we have the Lions. Tommy DeVito, worth the money. 2,000-yard receivers. Look at them. After the Lions, we have the Niners. After the Niners, we have the Panthers. Then we've got the Bengals. After the Bengals, we've got the Browns. After the Browns, we have the Cowboys. Then we've got the Bulls. Devontae Parker has 10 touchdowns. Why? on like 500. He's played half the snaps. If he played the whole year, he'd be on pace for 20. Cardinals. Black Knights. And the Dildos. All right, let's take a look at the yearly awards. The MVP frontrunner is Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year is Denmark, the irony. AFC Offense Player of the Year, our glorious king, Sean Tucker. Myles Garrett is Depoy. Jaleel Jefferson and Conan Mios, with Armando in and all the way up to 2. Interesting. He's not even getting past the Isaiah Pacheco talks. And then in the NFC, still Montgomery. Okay. Let's check injuries, and that should just about wrap it up. Can I be in the coach? Well, I'm not making the ballot, so you shouldn't ask me. Nothing really new. What about Owen Popo? He's fine. Najee Harris broken hand. Is that new? I think it is. That's big for a Dallas team who's in the playoffs. The Niners are getting hammered. Cameron Hayward now is hurt. I think Cameron Hayward's new. Chris Olave dislocated ankle. That's very new. He's out for the year. And that's it. All right, so that's going to wrap up the stream. Next time around will be Week 18, the final week of the regular season. And that will be, I don't know. That will be soon. So hope everybody enjoyed, and we'll be back within, I guess, probably the next few days.